If your team constantly comes to you for answers, approval, or direction, the problem may not be a lack of talent. It may be that you've accidentally trained them to wait for you. And every time they wait, you are carrying work that they should be carrying. What's up? How are you? Hope all is well. I'm Dr. Cliff Freeman, and I am here. I help operational leaders create high-performing teams without burnout, so everything doesn't depend on you. And today, in today's video, we're going to talk about why your team wants to be told what to do. Let's get into this thing. Here's what you need to understand is that people want to be led. People want leaders to lead them. Nobody wants to just go into something blind, not knowing what's going on, not knowing what has to happen, not knowing when it has to happen, right? People want to know what is next. Therefore, your folks, your team want to know what they need to do. I can take my mind back to the times playing football, playing basketball, playing baseball, being in the military. It was very important that somebody told us what to do. How would we know? I never knew what a foxhole was. I didn't know what an M16 was. I didn't know how to fire an M16. Didn't know how to load a magazine. I didn't know how to fire a target down range at the gun range. And so I needed somebody to tell me what to do. Imagine where you would be right now if somebody didn't tell you how to drive. Whatever country you're in, whether you're in the United States or another country, if you drive on the right side of the road, the left side of the road, it doesn't matter. Somebody had to tell you what to do. The reason you know how to use your computer, know how to use your phone that you're watching this video on, know how to use the internet, know how to use YouTube, know how to find this video, whether it's via email, social media, or straight to YouTube, is because somebody told you how to do it. Yes, people want you to tell them what to do. And it's important. It's important to tell them. I know that sounds counterintuitive because a lot of people would say, no, people don't want folks to tell them. No, yeah, you want somebody to tell you what to do, especially not just anybody, but somebody that knows what to do. Okay. So let's get into this thing. What happens is when you stop telling people what to do, low ownership takes place. And ownership is internal within an individual. Accountability is external. You can't hold, as a leader, as an operational leader or ministry leader for that matter, you can't hold somebody accountable if they haven't owned what they're supposed to do. Does that make sense? Does that resonate with you? Right? So the reason a lot of people are stuck and stagnant and in the same place, they're doing the same thing, they're sitting, they're sitting at the same cubicle at the same time, at the same doing the same work at the same time for the day, right? The reason they're doing that, and it seems mundane, it seems draining, it seems like it's not even worth it, is because a lot of times people don't know what to do, and they can't own it if they don't know what to do. So today, in today's video, I'm going to give you 3 R's of low ownership. Y'all know I like alliteration. If you've been on this channel for a while, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. Share it with a friend. It helps the channel to grow. I'm gonna give you 3 things that you can do, or the 3 reasons, or 3 R's of low ownership. You know how it is. I look down because I'm looking at my notes. So let's get it. The first R of low ownership is rescue. What do I mean by rescue? When a problem shows up, who usually solves it? If the answer you just said was me, your team may have learned that they don't need to solve problems because eventually you'll step in and rescue them. What would happen if you're a parent? What would happen to your child if you never let them when I experience something? The challenge is that every rescue weakens ownership. I remember when I was a kid, my mother would tell me, the stove is hot. That's hot. Don't touch that. It's hot. Don't touch that. It's hot. Don't touch that. It's hot. She told me about 3 or 4 times. And the next time she didn't tell me, guess what she let me do? And I began to scream and wail and cry because I felt the consequences of my actions. When people know someone else will catch them, they stop learning how to catch themselves. Okay. You have to stop catching folks and allow them to do what they do and do what they do well. Okay. Here's a key thought for this thing. Every time you rescue someone unnecessarily, you reduce their responsibility. Let me say that again. Every time you rescue unnecessarily, you reduce responsibility. And so the problem may not be your workers, the problem may not be your employees, the problem may not be your team, but it might be something you're doing because you're rescuing folks from allowing them to experience or allowing them to make mistakes. Hey, listen, you got to understand that people are going to make mistakes. Your team members are going to make mistakes. You have to allow them to make mistakes. Just like your children, when children are launching, going from teenager to graduate of high school to adulthood, they're going to make mistakes. They're going to make mistakes. Think about all the mistakes you made, right? The proverbial line, if I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't have done some of the things I did, right? And so you have to let folks attempt. You have to let folks give it a shot, especially if you've given them instructions and told them what to do. I hope this is resonating with you. Okay, so the first R is rescue. The first R of low ownership is rescue. The second R, write this down, please, is reliance. Reliance. Okay, a team with low ownership becomes dependent on the manager. A team with low ownership becomes dependent on a manager. I know a friend of mine, he was pastoring a church, and pastors of churches and operational managers and ministry leaders, and they all it's people to people, right? Regardless if it's for profit, nonprofit, rural, urban, or what have you. And he said the people had allowed, or he had allowed the people to become robots. I said, what do you mean? He says, man, they won't move unless I tell them to do something. Okay. Before make decisions, if folk got to check with you before moving forward, they got to ask you before solving a problem, they bring it to you. They're fully relying upon you to make the decision, to solve the problem. You've got to empower your people. I know it's a word a lot of us don't use. You have to give your people the ability, the opportunity to make those decisions themselves. If you don't, you'll have a team that's just reliant on you because you always rescue them. Now, watch this. When they're bringing you everything to make the decisions, before they make the decision, they check with you. Before they move forward, they ask you. Before they solve a problem, they bring to you. Watch this. Now your calendar is full. Your calendar is full. Your inbox is overflowing, and your team is waiting for answers that they could probably figure out all on their own. But because they're relying upon you, they can't move forward. Here's your key thought. Dependence creates delay. Dependence. The people are depending on you. That's the delay. You, my friend, might be the bottleneck. You might be the reason that things aren't flowing and going the way they're supposed to. I think a bug just came in here, a gnat or something. Sorry about that, but this is real. This is not edited. This is how it is. Listen, if your team is fully dependent upon you, you're creating a delay. You're creating a bottleneck. The bottleneck is you. But it's something you can fix. It's something you can fix. Allow your team to solve the problems. Sometimes, sometimes when they solve the problem, you got to say, well, what do you think we should do? I remember years ago, there's an old quote, don't bring me problems, bring me solutions. A gentleman said one time, I remember a military leader, colonel, I think he was a colonel at the time. He said, I don't have a problem with anybody bringing me an issue. I have an open door policy. You can bring me whatever issue that you have. He said, I have one condition and one mandate that you have to do if you're bringing me a problem. If you're bringing me a problem, you have to bring a solution. Right there. You can adopt that. If you're bringing me a problem, you have to bring a solution. Okay. Don't just come and tell me, hey, boss, hey, supervisor, hey, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, XYZ is going on. XYZ is happening. What are we supposed to do? Nah. You come out, boss, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, manager, leader, ministry leader, pastor, whoever, president, whatever your title is, or whatever they call you, your name, or whatever it is. This is the problem. And I think this is one way we can solve it. I think this is one thing we can do to make things work well. You might just be able to say, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's give that a shot. And they're gonna say, okay. And then you go let them do it. And then you go let them do it. Listen, I want to tell you this. Get out of the mode of being a perfectionist. Get out of the mode of being a perfectionist. Things won't be perfect. Become someone that seeks to execute in excellence. What is excellent? What does that mean? Executing in excellence means you're giving it all you got you're giving it your full gusto. You're giving it everything you got to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Okay? That's what that means. You've got to switch from being, well, like they gotta I gotta tell them what to do. And if I don't tell them what to do, they're not gonna move. You got to go away from that. You're burning yourself out. That's part of the reason you burn yourself out. Okay. That's why I help operational leaders create a high performing team without burnout. So everything doesn't depend on you. Okay. Is this making sense? What would happen? What would happen if, tomorrow's not promised, this afternoon is not promised, today is not promised for any of us? What would happen if you died today? Guess what they're going to do? They're going to be sad for a little bit. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to hire somebody for your position or promote from within. And they're going to keep moving forward. In the military, we had a song. The Army had a song called "The Army Keeps Rolling Along." We always knew somebody might fall, somebody might be killed, or somebody might get shot or whatever, get hurt, get injured. But guess what the Army keeps doing? We keep rolling along. We keep advancing forward. We keep moving forward. You will never reach your KPIs. You will never accomplish them. You will never accomplish your objectives for this quarter if everything has to flow through you. Okay. I love you enough to tell you the truth. All right. Let's go to this third R. So we got the first one. The first one is rescue. The second one is reliance. The third R of low ownership is repeat. What? Say it again. Repeat. One more time. Repeat. Repeat. One of the clearest signs of low ownership is repetition. Now, let me help you understand this. This means, what I mean by this is you're having the same conversations over and over and over again. Who's been there? You had a meeting, you put out information, then you had to send an email. Then you had to send a message on Slack or on Band or on whatever, WhatsApp or whatever platform you all use, or Messenger, or you had to DM them, right? You had to send another follow-up email. You're giving the same information. You're having the same conversations. You're giving the same reminders. You're addressing the same issues. You're answering the same questions. Listen, sir, ma'am, listen to me now and listen to me good. If you're repeating yourself more than you're developing people, ownership is probably missing. I'm going to say it again. If you are repeating yourself more than you're developing people, ownership is probably missing. Here's your key thought. What you repeatedly remind, people rarely own. So if you continuously tell me the same thing, if I continuously tell my son, take out the trash on XYZ day, take out the trash on XYZ day, take out the trash on XYZ day, guess what? He'll develop a dependency for what? For me to tell him to take out the trash. And he won't develop the initiative, take the initiative to do it on his own. Okay. There's some things, yes, that you're going to have to tell your people, but then there's some stuff that your people are going to have to do on their own. And so the reason this is happening is because, the reason you're burnt out is because of some of these things. You're repeating yourself. The people rely fully on you before they can move forward, or you're always rescuing your people. Listen. Take a minute. Let's say you put these things away. And so you put all these things away. Let's put away, you put away the repeating, you put away the reliance, you put away the rescuing. Imagine walking into work tomorrow, next week, a month from now, 3 weeks from now, or 3 months from now, rather, a year from now. Imagine walking into work. Your team can solve problems. Your team can make decisions, and your team can move projects forward without everything running through you. That's what ownership creates, ladies and gentlemen. That's what ownership creates. Listen, if you want to burn, if you want to burn, if you want to build a high-performing team without burning out, so everything doesn't depend on you, let me give you a next step. Let me give you something real simple you can do. You can go on over to the website. It's in the link. It's in the description below, and start with the Connected Leader Masterclass. How am I supposed to be a leader in the age of AI? Listen, or you know what? If you don't want to do that, I've got a monthly, very soon coming up. Whenever you're watching this video, go to the website, drcliffreeman.com. We've got a free webinar, how to create a high-performing team without burnout. Got a free webinar. And maybe you've been watching this, and maybe you've been going on. So you can do the master class. Everybody jump on that free webinar, but maybe you want to have a conversation. Okay. And you like help creating a more ownership and accountability within your team. Schedule a discovery call. Okay. We can figure this out. Listen, simple next step. Either go get the Connected Leader Masterclass or set up a discovery call. Let's figure something out. But everybody, be sure to join me for my free webinar coming up. We do one every month. Free webinar called How to Create a High-Performing Team Without Burnout. I encourage you to join me there. So get the Connected Leader Masterclass or join me for the webinar. Just go to the website, drcliffreeman.com, and you can find out when the next webinar is. So until next time, there's a couple things I always want you to remember. Great leaders don't create more followers, they create more owners. And if you didn't hear anything I said today, remember this. If you don't remember anything else, teamwork, it's not talent, it's trust. I'll see you next time.